Hi, friends. Let's wait for some more people to join the live stream. And while we are waiting, I will tell you a little bit more about what's what's popping, what's gonna happen today. And if you are new to this, then and don't know what this is all about, this is the Friday workout. We do it every Friday. Every Friday topic is a little bit different, and but every Friday we announce it beforehand, so you can come prepared. And usually, I always provide alternatives or replacements so that if you don't necessarily have the equipment that we have listed in this info page for this workout, don't sweat it. I will explain how to do it with. For today, we have a kettlebell workout with jump rope, and I will explain how to go about it if you don't have a jump rope, for example, or if you have a dumbbell instead of a kettlebell. So this exact workout is perfectly doable with dumbbells, and a couple body weight options are also going to be explained. So the topic of today is sculpting your abs in 9 minutes, and 9 minutes is a single round for this workout, and I will go for two of those. But just so you know, this 9 minute set or round is, in my opinion, the least amount of work you can do per day or per time. So it doesn't make much sense to do workouts which are less than 9-10 minutes, because your heart is simply like warming up for the first 5 minutes or so. So we will warm up a little bit, and then we will do this single round, and I will rest for 1 minute and go for the second round. And then at my level of fitness, I consider 2 rounds a kind of a minimum. So if I would be doing this for myself, for my personal development, I would have a much heavier weight and I would go for maybe like 4 rounds. But we want this workout to be inclusive. So I will explain all the alternatives, how you can decrease the weight, decrease the efficiency, as well as increase the weight and the efficiency or intensity, so that you can adapt it to your fitness level. So we will be doing a couple of very, very effective core exercises. And even if you think that, for example, deadlift is not a core exercise, well, this is not true. Deadlift is one of the most effective exercises for core development. Same goes for halos, for example, because halos are not necessarily core isolation movement, but they hit core in a very unique way. Their anti-rotational core strength. Deadlift just hits the core in a more like brutal way and straightforward way. Halo gives it like a 360 workability. And we also have a couple others, a couple other exercises. Let me see what else do we have. So yeah, and then we have then we also have a hand-to-hand pass. Let me start demonstrating. And hopefully everyone knows, and you can figure it out from reading the workout description, that core is, first of all, core is huge, and having like really well-developed core will wake up your metabolism to such a degree that you will never like need to think about food basically or what you're putting in your mouth anymore, or at least not as much, because the faster your metabolism, the more forgiving your body is to whatever you are doing, basically whatever cheat meals you are having, and so on. So by exercising your biggest muscle groups like your core and your legs and your back, you actually revving up your metabolism, which will help you be more relaxed in your regular life. So by getting more jacked, you will buy this opportunity for yourself to be more relaxed, allow yourself a bit more pizza here and there, a couple cocktails or something if you are up to it. So whatever. Um, Then also, of course, we all want this abdominal definition, or most of us, and it's hardly achievable for many people, especially ladies will struggle because female naturally have more fat covering the abdominal muscles. But even for male, it's pretty takes discipline and consistency to figure out the kind of a nutrition strategy so that such a nutrition strategy for you not to go insane, not to go crazy because of cravings, and so for it to be enjoyable, but then also to be nutrient dense and also support your goals. And if visible abdominals is one of your goals, then definitely you should pay attention to to your nutrition strategy, to how you go about your meals. And you don't have to go crazy, actually. There are a couple just very simple rules that make the most kind of that have the biggest impact. And there is always this 80-20 principle, right? So there is always this 20% of things that you can do to reach whatever goal you have, which will produce the 80% of the effect. And this is exactly the topic for my book. You can check out the description. It's linked in the description. It's called Six Pack Apps for Keyboard Warriors because it's targeted towards office workers, software developers, engineering managers, product owners, all you beautiful people, you are my tribe, but it doesn't mean that no one else can benefit from this book. In fact, whatever is your profession, I bet you are a busy person and you don't want to waste time on something that doesn't work. So that's why I have written that book. And your quickest way to get to where you are at right now, to the visible six-pack apps, is to go grab that book. And as a side effect, you will also get more energy on a daily basis. You will get your brain functioning better. You will have better memory, uh, less stress overall, better recovery. So it covers it all. And we don't have bandwidth, let's say, in during this Friday session to get into more details. So the book is completely free, by the way. So no money, just go grab it, and there you have it. Now let me demo the exercises and let's get straight to the workout because, well, we figured you are busy people and you have stuff to do. So do I. And a big Friday dinner is waiting for me. Hopefully, you're gonna have some fun too. So, yeah, today we're doing it doesn't mean that those exercises that we have selected that you can see in the info page that they are the best. but because there is always more than one right answer to every question. However, I think those exercises are one of the best, and they help you develop your core thoroughly, hit it from all the angles, including rotational strength, which we will tackle with this halo, for example, which is not always the case. You have to specifically pick exercises to hit your target muscle group from all the possible angles. And core, even though it's kind of a 360 weight belt, and the core, believe it or not, includes your lower back muscles and even your bum muscles. So it's a huge muscle group. And in order to hit it properly from all the possible angles, we need at least this set of exercises. But of course, there are like at least 20 different types of deadlifts, for example. And today we're just doing sumo deadlift, not because it's the best, but well, just because I'm a bit tired doing regular deadlifts, okay? So you can switch those exercises up, but don't go crazy. Any like unspecific random shit with dumbbells not gonna get you anywhere. Focus on the basics, focus on compound lifts, focus on the 20% of things that give you the advantage of bringing in the 80% of the result. These are the exercises. This is the very effective workout, which has been designed specifically for this purpose, to get you visible abs as soon as possible. Of course, you have to combine it with good nutrition and proper recovery. So sleep is one other huge thing. And if you stick to it for at least 3 months, like let's say 3 times per week, 3 months, and get your sleep in check, get your nutrition in check, you will, I promise, well, of course, there is always an outlier. Someone can say, like, I have so much extra weight, there is no way I'm gonna lose it in 3 months. Of course, we have to be realistic. But for most people, for most males, having this extra, like that board or extra love handles, 3 months under proper exercise, nutrition, and recovery program is perfectly enough to make you into someone who is proud of his physique and like his reflection in the mirror. And this is basically, I can guarantee you that. And whatever, if your situation is super difficult and you have a ton of extra weight, then of course you may not see the visible abs in 3 months, but you will get so much leaner anyway. So it's not an excuse to not get started, because you will lower your blood pressure. You will unload your joints, for example, by losing weight. You will decrease your injury risk. You will unload the joints which are forced to carry your heavy weight, the weight heavier than they were designed to carry. And it will automatically remove you this heart disease risk and stroke risk and all that stuff, and lower your sugar levels, and all that good things will happen, and it will start happening from like week one. You don't even need to wait for like 3 months. I just think that in 3 months you're gonna be in a place where you look at yourself in a mirror and say, that's amazing. How come I haven't started before? So this is hopefully where you're gonna find yourself in 3 months. And again, the 3 months timeline, the exercise program for 3 months is outlined in my book. So just go grab it for free and follow it. And if it doesn't work for you, I will give you your money back. And since it was free, so no money. Sorry. Jokes aside, guys and girls, and let's get to the exercise demos. We are using jump rope today. If you have a jump rope, use it. If you don't have a jump rope, whenever you hear the jump rope, the voice cue to jump rope, just go jumping jacks instead, or go jog in place, or go high knees. And if your joints are hurting for some reason and you can't really jump, this workout can be modified to be 0 jumps. And in order to do that, whenever you hear jump rope, you will go march in place. But by marching, I mean use your hands, first of all, opposite leg, opposite hand. Use as many muscles in your body as possible. And this marching, go as fast and as intensive as you can. If you can't jump, if your joints hurt, chances are you are carrying a lot of extra weight, and jumping is actually and running is actually kind of forbidden for you or not advised. So what we can do to go around this limitation is to do those marches, but be conscious that, of course, marching in place consumes much less calories or rises your heart rate not high enough. So we want to make it as intensive as possible. So go as fast as possible without jumping. So that's a very good strategy, and it's actually very effective for overweight people. Now, so jump rope explained. Now, we have a bunch of kettlebell exercises. Very same exercises can be performed with a dumbbell, and I unfortunately don't have a dumbbell. Well, let me grab one actually. So I will grab a small one just so that we have a reference. So I will show you with this small dumbbell as well. But kettlebell first because it's more effective. They tend to be heavier overall. So first of all, halo. What is halo? Halo is basically drawing a halo with the kettlebell around your head. And I will show you from a bunch of different angles. And what you want to see here is that my elbow is at 90 degree angle. So it's not like this, it's not like this, it's 90 degrees. And this is your start position. Then you move the weight of a bell to your right hand, for example. You go around your head, move it to the left hand, and then return it to the initial position. Now I'm gonna be doing a bit more intense version, and I'm not stopping here. So I will go and rotate my torso a little bit for the bell to go even deeper and roughly, so I'm basically lowering it to the waist level. And then I will do hello again and go rotate to the other side. This adds this extra additional super hard work for your core, which is now have to counteract this rotation. And this bottom part here is what's gonna work your core very, very intensely, because this around the head thing, of course, your core will have to support you doing all those exercises, but that's also at the same time hits your shoulders very intensely. So it's kind of hard to tell which muscle group works more intensely. So we're adding this specific rotational component to make sure that your core is gonna be on fire all the time. Okay, now sumo deadlift is another exercise. Feet wider than the shoulders, much wider, as wide as you want them. The only problem with sumo deadlift is that the wider you spread your feet, the lower this distance becomes. So you will end up limiting your range of motion, and this is the move basically. So you're not squatting in place. You're hinging your hips back, preferably with your knees also locked. So let's make it stiff like a deadlift. So your knees are locked fully. And what you do is you shift your hips back, grab the bell, stand all the way up without overextending your back, and then slowly go back down to touch down with the bell. And hips are going backwards at this point. So let me show it to you from the side. So you shift your hips back with your knees perfectly straight. You grab your bell and you just go to this neutral spine position, and then you reverse the movement by shifting hips back again and touching down with the bell. This is your sumo deadlift. Then we have a dead bug with a kettlebell and what else? Hand-to-hand pass. Hand-to-hand pass, feet shoulder width apart. You start this pendulum motion with your one hand, and then as soon as the bell passes somewhere in the middle, close to your midline, you grab it with your other hand and continue this motion to the other side. And this is pretty heavy. This is 16 kg. So I have to focus specifically not to, for that thing to not to fly away. But what you want to do is you want to get it as high as you can without going like above your shoulder level. So you want your hand to be somewhere at this height. So it's not like this. This is not enough. It will generate some core engagement, of course, and if you're only starting your fitness journey, maybe this is your level, but then eventually you want to work up to doing those very, very high swings so that your core and aim to relax your shoulders and hands. So you're not pulling with your hand, you are just using your hand as a string sort of to attach yourself to the bell, and then core is doing all the work to resist these rotational forces that you generate with the bell. And the last exercise is a dead bug with a bell. I will show you. But before we get to the floor, let me show you exactly the same exercises with the dumbbell. And I just have this small one, but you can grab whatever you have, like 50 pounds or something, whatever you feel like it's gonna challenge you. So deadlift, same thing. If you only have one, grab it with two hands and go do the sumo deadlift. Same thing, shift your hips, touch down all the way up, finish the movement. Now 45-degree angle, hello. Same stuff, 90 degrees at the elbows. You go around your head, you go to your hip level, and then reverse the motion. Around your head again, and to the other hip. rotation. And if the bell is heavy enough, you will feel it. Believe me, it's a very, very intensive core exercise. Now, what else do we have? Somehow, yeah, hand-to-hand pass, same stuff. So, whatever the grip, if it's like a hex dumbbell, maybe you can grab it this way if it's light enough. But then, if it's light enough, probably it's not gonna generate proper core engagement. But then you will have a bit of a wider handle here, so it will be more comfortable to grab it. And still, again, you want it to be flying up to this kind of a parallel to the floor level, ideally. So it's not like doing something around your waist. It's about generating this force, which your core then have to counteract by contracting very, very intensively. And this will engage your obliques in such a way that you will feel your obliques the way you haven't felt them before. Believe me, if the bell is heavy enough. Yeah, and now the dead bug. The dead bug is, well, the way you do your dead bug is you lie down on the floor. Your lower back is fully like flat on the ground, and the way you do it without a weight is you get into this dead bug position, and then you straighten your leg, one leg and the opposite arm, and then the other pair, hand, leg pair. And the way you do it with a weight is you go push the weight all the way up. And what you want to also do is you want to lean the weight kind of to the back so that you constantly have to engage your kind of hands to hold it. You will immediately, as soon as you pass this 90-degree angle, as soon as your hands stop being square to the floor, you will feel your abdominals fire in a way that you haven't felt them before. And in this dead bug position, this already generates in very intense abdominal contraction. And then we will go dead bug. So we will go straighten our legs one by one while generating this constant isometric tension in your core muscles by holding the weight above your head. And pretty much same goes for the kettlebell. I will grab it with this CrossFit grip, and I will make sure I'm leaning it a bit to the back, and so by the angle of your hands, you will regulate the amount of tension you create on your abdominal muscles, the amount of ab engagement. Seems to be the maximum for me. So yeah, this is what the weighted bug looks like, and we don't need this dumbbell anymore because obviously it's too light for me and too light for many of you people. The only mandatory piece of equipment for this workout is your water bottle. Make sure you are well hydrated, and but you don't have to drink during the workout. If you have had enough hydration before, then you can just skip it. But if you, at any time, if you feel like you're thirsty or out of breath, go grab a glass of water, and just make sure the water is available somehow or somewhere. I tend to speak a lot during the workout, so I will keep my water bottle handy. Now let me switch on the actual timers, and let's get going. Yep. So
Get ready.
yeah, we will have to restart this thing.
Get ready. Get ready.
No, just somehow doesn't wanna work every time.
Get ready.
Get ready, guys. Get yourself pumped up.
Jump rope.
So if you have a jump rope, use it. If you don't have one, like I said, just go jog in place, or go high knees, or just march in place. But just make it intense. And especially when you are marching in place, challenge yourself to match the beat of the music.
Rest. Halos.
Halos around your head and to your hip. $90 at your elbows. Rotate your torso in the bottom position.
Rest.
It's quite okay, and actually it's advisable to have separate weights for
Jump rope.
those exercises. Like, for example, you can handle much heavier weight than you deadlift, obviously. But then for halos, you need something lighter. But having a single weight is totally fine. I would suggest gentlemen start with 16 kilograms and ladies with 8, and then move one weight up as you progress with your skill.
Rest. Hand-to-hand pass.
Relax your shoulders. Drive your ribcage down. Don't fool with your hand. Focus on your abs, counteracting this rotational force that you create with the belt.
Rest.
Drop it again. Drop it again. Drop it again. Turn it up.
Jump rope.
If you mess it up, doesn't matter. Don't punish yourself. Just get back to jumping. And you can totally jump to any music. As you can see, we have electronics, we have rock, we have metal, EDM, breakbeat, you name it.
Rest. Sumo deadlift.
Wide. Touch down. All the way up. Knees are locked. Pull your kneecap. Perfectly straight legs. So movement. Moving your hips back and then back forward until you are perfectly standing straight. In the top position,
Rest.
squeeze your glutes and make sure your abs is contracted.
Jump rope.
And of course, the faster you jump, the more calorie expenditure you achieve.
Rest.
So if your primary goal is to burn as many calories as you can in the moment, go as intense as you can.
Weighted bog.
Make sure you lean the weight enough to feel this abdominal contraction even before you start. In this exercise, your abs is never relaxed. It's always tense. This is the feeling you should have.
Rest. Jump rope.
Doing good. Last interval of the first set.
Rest.
Doing good. Bigger rest, 1 minute. Take a sip of water if you need. And this is also a great time to give it a like and subscribe if you want. This helps us produce more content like this. One more thing, guys, I'm thinking to move this workout to some other weekday. We will have a poll very soon, but even now, go drop in the chat which is the best day for you. I'm thinking of Monday, for example. Monday morning, is it okay or not? Let me know in the chat. Just Monday to start your week strong. What do you think? Because I have figured that many people just don't have enough motivation somehow on Friday. That happens. Don't lose your rhythm, just come back as soon as you can.
Rest.
I mess it up all the time. Not the point. It's not about becoming jump rope ninja, even though that's a fun activity.
Halos.
Halos. 90 degrees. Around your head and to the waist level. Rotate. Around your head and screw. Your abs should also be having this constant engagement, but especially during those torso rotations in the end.
Rest. Jump rope.
If you are only learning to jump, one other option would be to do side swings, preferably by both hands. This will allow you to eventually start jumping. This is the side swing drill is this synchronously kind of synchronizing exercise, so that you learn to match the beat of your jumps or the beat of your music.
Rest.
With both your jumps and your swing.
Hand-to-hand pass.
You can start low, but eventually I want you to go as high as you can without pulling with your hand. So you are not pulling, you are just continuing this pendulum motion. Let me show you from the side. So the bell is in front of you, so that you don't hit your knees accidentally. Your rib cage is down, and your shoulders and hands are relaxed.
Rest.
Your core is engaged, and your grip. That's it.
Jump rope.
If someone tells you you can't jump at metal music, share this workout with him. You can totally jump to metal. It's even easier actually because the timing is much more easy.
Rest.
It's easier to get into the beat.
Sumo deadlift.
All the way up, touch down. Shoulders relaxed. Rib cage forward and relaxed. Round your shoulders. For the purpose of this exercise, your shoulders should be rounded. Let me show you. So it's like rounded. This actually driving ribcage down increases abdominal pressure. So that's why it's crucially important with the
Rest.
very heavy loads, very heavy weight. And in order to someday get to those heavy weights, you have to perfect your form with a lighter weight.
Jump rope.
And this is not about ego lifting. At least for my workouts, you should leave your ego at the door. Form is much more important than weight. Same with everything, even with body weight. I would prefer you do like 3 negative pull-ups instead of 12 floaty, some wiggly, weirdly looking pull-ups.
Rest.
Better do 3 slow negatives. What it takes, you have to tame your ego
Weighted bog.
to go from 12 pull-ups to 3. But I am a firm believer in quality over quantity. So even if your weight is very light, focus on the muscle contraction. Contract the right muscles in the right moment. And it will do you much more good than having heavier weight which you can't really handle.
Rest. Jump rope.
I think this is the last interval. So if you have something left in the tank, this is the time when you let it out. Go intense.
Workout complete.
That was a blast. We did it, people. We did it again. Same way we always do on Friday. Done. Now let me make the music a little bit less intense, and let's recap. Yep. So we have this info screen back on the screen. Whew, that was, well, sweating doesn't necessarily mean much, but this is relative. You can use it to kind of gauge your personal level of intensity. But of course, if you're working for strength, for example, and your set contains only like 3 reps or 1 rep with a very heavy weight, then of course you're not gonna be sweating, and you're not gonna be exhausted. And this is awesome. This is what the real strength work should look like. But I just happen to believe that most people don't have much time for separate, focused strength work, even though you should try to get some real strength work in. But most people just don't have this opportunity. They don't have like time to visit the gym. Not the money is not in question here. Time mostly. So, and you're kind of always limited to whatever you have at home. And for example, as of right now, the heaviest bell, the kettlebell I have in my possession is 24 kilograms, which is roughly 48, 40, 50 pounds. And that's pretty heavy for some lifts, but then for the deadlift, for example, it already starts to be like not enough. And I will be purchasing a 32 kg really soon, and this time it's probably gonna be an adjustable kettlebell. And if you guys are interested in me reviewing this one of those adjustable kettlebells, where you basically have a single bell for, it's a bit expensive, but it replaces like about 10 different kettlebells. So it's pretty cheap from, if you look at from that perspective. And I don't have any affiliated links, at least for now. So if you are just willing to know more about this kind of fitness equipment, let me know again. Put this in the chat, and I will make sure to have it on my list of videos. And one more thing before I jump into the chat and see if you have any questions that need my attention. This day today, or maybe Monday, but anyway, starting next week, I am planning to embark on this 30-day of content journey, and that means effectively that I'm going to be posting one piece of content every single day. This type of live workout is one of those content types. Then expect to have more of a vlog videos where I ramble on some controversial or interesting topic around training, nutrition, or recovery, or work productivity. And then we will also have some shorts, really, maybe some fun shorts, maybe some engaging, maybe showcasing some workouts or interesting bodyweight moves you can try. So that type of thing. And I'm gonna go for at least 30 days, for at least 1 month, non-stop, every single day. So if you enjoying my content so far, consider subscribing and enable that bell notification so that you don't miss all the good stuff coming your way during this 30-day period. And then once we're done with this month of content, let's see how it goes. Hopefully I will be able to continue at least vlogging, because, well, I usually find that you guys put quite a lot of questions in the comments, not during this Friday, even though Friday is very good for that too, but in under all other videos, we gather so many comments and actually very good questions. And I want to start answering those. And at least what I'm planning to do is to start with your questions. So don't hesitate, put your questions in the chat, in the comments, wherever, whenever you feel like it, under any video on this channel. I'm answering all of those personally in the text form. And then, like I said, also starting next week, I will start answering them live. And also, if it requires demonstration of some specific form for some exercise, I will do that. And we will have, if this is some kind of a difficult concept, we will have different like infographics and graphs and all that stuff to showcase and explain those complex complex notions as simple as possible, make them as simple as possible for you to learn and digest. So, like I said, consider subscribing and ring the bell so that you don't miss any of the good stuff. One more reminder, while I'm still looking at the chat and answering your questions, think about what would be the best weekday for this workout. Any weekday, including the weekend, actually. So it doesn't matter for me. I can do it on Saturday, on Sunday, on Monday, whatever time you feel like. If we have like enough votes for like 6 a.m. Monday, we can do it 6 a.m. Monday. No problem at all. So now I will have a look at the chat, but you let me know what you think. I will bring my laptop a bit closer so that I see your questions and yep. Yep. 250 leg lifts. Quite a huge number, huh? Yeah, it definitely does. Anything that this lower back pain, let's break it down a bit. So when we say that exercising your abdominals in general helps with to alleviate the back pain, what it actually does, so we tend to be sedentary most of the time. And being sedentary means that your abdominals can relax and it's not doing any work while you are seated. Same goes for the glute muscles. And glute muscles are responsible for um, rotating the pelvis in a way, one of the kind of things. So when you have a very weak abdominals and weak glutes, whenever you do something like lower yourself down to pick things up from the ground or put your lower back in a disadvantageous position, you will figure it out that, well, in if you have a strong core, your glutes will fire, your core will fire, and you will extend your back really without having any injuries. But if you have a weak core and weak glutes, what will end up happening is you will stick in this Donald Duck butt position, and your lower back will do all the work to lift yourself up in such a weird posture. So by basically having weak abs and weak glutes, you are putting your lower back in danger because it now has to carry carry like much heavier or lift much heavier weights than it should. And your lower back, if you compare it to anything else, basically even to your quads or glutes, this is a really thin muscle group, and it's actually really hard to target like in isolation. And lower back, even though it might be developed in yourself if you are sedentary, even though I don't know how is that possible. So it's also gonna be relaxed pretty much because we have this office chairs that don't need your lower back to be engaged. So everything, all your entire core is basically soft, and since the main role of the core is to make you stand up straight up, then it will take you like effort. You will be getting tired just from standing the hell up. That's why many modern people, whenever they get into some kind of institution, they look around for a chair or a bench or whatever, because they just can't really remain in the vertical position because their abdominal area and the entire core musculature is basically dormant and non-existent. So don't be that person. Have this proud chest posture, have this flat tummy, have the strong glutes, and become injury-free for the rest of your life. Do this workout or any other workout, exercise your core muscles, and live your healthy life. Thank you guys for coming today. I don't see any other questions that need my answer. So thank you all, people who said hi. Thank you, Felix. Thank you, Marco. Thank you, all other people in the chat. And if you're watching this in recording and you have some questions that come to your mind, put them in the comments. So the chat is obviously stopped being accessible when we are done with the stream, but you can still ask them in the comments, and I will get you my answers as soon as I have time. And I will make sure to tag you so that you receive my answer as soon as I reply. So thank you, people. Thank yourself for showing up. For some of you, I see faces, some faces that come every Friday. Many of you visit this constantly and showing up. And well, I'm not sure if you are doing something or not. Hopefully you do, and you should. But even if you are just coming to give me some support, then thank you, people, from the bottom of my heart. This project, this channel couldn't be possible without your attention, without your support. So, yeah, consider liking, subscribing. That gives me a signal that I'm doing the right thing. And if you have some improvement ideas, again, put them in the chat, put them in the comments. I always listen, and I'm always willing to deliver the best content possible to give you the most value possible and hit the topics that you really want to hear. Yes, thank you guys. See you next Friday.